black man, one of the reasons I thought it was important, I'm gonna bring this to David. One of the reasons that I felt it was so important for us to talk and to talk publicly is that I don't think that our community gets a lot of opportunities to see two grown black men having a grown black man conversation. You know, it's not no bullshit. It's real shit. It's the kind of stuff that helps you become successful. Can you give your thoughts on some of that in terms of the black image is distorted in America?
Well, I wanted them to see our conversations again. One of the things that I told B that I wanted to talk about today is like our leaders. We're gonna have to have some type of forum. What we were actually talking about the mob and how black people love the mob, but I think that we take the wrong things from them. We take the violence, we take the drugs, but we don't take the structure. We don't take the ability to sit down with people that you have a disagreement with and sit at a fucking table in person and iron the shit out, you know? And the thing is that what me and B was talking about this today, and I'm gonna let y'all into something. Me and T.I. had this conversation. Me, T.I., and Killer Mike had this conversation about, T.I. was like, Banner, we got to get together and create a business. And I was like, bro, you know why we got to do that? We have to do it publicly. We tell these kids stuff in theory that we're not doing in real time. So how can we expect these kids to get along with each other and not kill each other? And we as leaders can't get along. We as rappers can't get along. You know what I'm saying? So like, instead of talking, we are people who learn by something that's called tacit knowledge. Like, we need to be shown. If you notice, our history is written in songs, in plays, you know, in art, because we need to see it. Well, he's actually not my trainer anymore, but that's how we met. But my trainer is right here. And this dude looks like the Hulk. So, like, you come to me, can I curse? Oh, fuck. Thank you, sir.
He must not watch us that much, because he just asked me if it's okay.
No. Let me tell you why I do that. That's one of the ways that we mess up. We assume that people think the way that we think. And we assume, even when I approach women who are excited about me, before I hug on them and kiss on them, I ask for their permission. And you would assume because they're a David Banner fan, it's okay for you to do it. Like, no, that's not right. Actually, that's sort of oppressive. So even though you curse every day on your show and every other guest may curse every day, that doesn't make it right for me to do it. So I always tell my staff, I would rather err on the side of being kind and respectful than to assume and take advantage of our relationship. And I do that so that if y'all ever see me beat a motherfucker ass or beat the blood out of a motherfucker face, a judge in LA even did this. It was a white judge, as a matter of fact. You remember when we was talking about, I don't want to tell people what we were talking about as far as this, because more people do it. More people to do it. We don't want them to, you know, the people who, the lawsuit thing we were talking about.
Yeah.
So I was going through that, and the judge asked the young lawyers that were in the room, said, how many of you all know of this David Banner guy? And 4 of them stood up, and they all said that I was a stand-up guy. Now, that was the difference between me having to pay $24,000 and him charging me $180,000, $160,000.
Wow.
Just by my character. You know what I'm saying? And the thing was, he told me, this was so cold. I had used somebody's music in my in one of my songs, right? But I didn't know it because the producer didn't tell me that he sampled. So the judge found out I really didn't know that I had used. He said, I know you really didn't know it. He said, but let me ask you a question. He said, did you break this man's copyright? And I did. It was in the song. I had to say yes. So I said yes. I said, so he's owed something. But he said the difference between me charging you what the law will allow me, he said, you are an honorable man. So in me saying that, to get back to what I was saying with you, was that I don't want to ever take advantage of our kindness. And so if y'all ever see me fuck up, And it's funny, Ricky Smiley said this. I don't know if y'all heard when I got into it with the cops in D.C. I got into a bad altercation with the cops in D.C. And honestly, bro, I never told you about this, but like TMZ, my whole idea of TMZ changed because of that. TMZ called, I'm talking about my cousins. TMZ tried to call everybody but my mom to try to get my side of the story. And at the time, I really didn't like TMZ. But I saw one of the producers of TMZ and they said, you know why we called you, David? This was a white girl again. She said, because we respect you at TMZ. They said there's not too many people. Even if you look at how the Klan talked about Malcolm back in the day. See, we think that people respect cowards. They don't. Your strongest enemy respects a person who at least stands. They don't respect no boys. They want an adversary that's worth fighting against. So in me saying that, bro, I always want to make sure that we are respectable to each other, so that whenever we do raise the sword, then people will know that we have tried everything that we possibly can do, and we can give it to their ass 100%.